Hey guys. So I'm sitting outside on my property. Um, I rent a house on this property and it's gorgeous out here. Like that that fills up with water like a stream um, in the winter. So I'm excited to see that. I moved here in May and so it'll be my first time experiencing that. But anyway, I'm just sitting outside, and actually I've lived here for a few months and this is the first time I've been sitting out here like this. And I'm out here with Jax. I will show you. There he is. Hi, Jax. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about grounding. In the spiritual community, a lot of people, hey, Abby, an awakened avatar. um, I wanted to actually talk about what happens when you spend time outside, because in the spiritual community, you're always going to hear something like, go outside, get grounded, spend time in nature, right? And nobody really talks about what actually happens to your energy and why it's so critical to spend that time outside. So I wanted to talk to you about that. When you actually get your bare feet on the ground, which is the preferred, I guess, most recommended method out there, right? What you're doing is actually aligning your energy. So let's say that you're feeling really scattered or kind of maybe really in your emotions, which means that you would have a difficult time getting grounded, or you're feeling overwhelmed or whatever. You don't feel like you're in your natural energy, which for most of us should be really quite calm. And so if you're not feeling like that, one of the first things you want to do is go out in nature and put your feet down on the ground. But the reason for this is, and ground, I mean not concrete, I mean actual nature, sand, dirt, grass. That's funny, Abby. You want to get your feet actually down on nature or in water, even the ocean, because what you're doing is making your energy the same as the earth's energy. And what it does is it takes whatever's going on for you in your energy space that isn't yours. It's like the earth acts like a vacuum and it brings it straight down. So the earth not only pulls that energy out of your space and brings you to a more calming and grounded place, it transmutes that energy. So it acts like a vacuum. When you connect with the earth, with your body, it sucks out any energy that isn't yours. It transmutes that energy so it's not bothering you anymore, but it's also not bothering anybody else. So that's what transmutation is. It just becomes a neutral energy, right? And Abby said, there's a reason my feet are always green, right? Yeah. So that's actually what happens when you ground your energy down outside on the earth. And it really only takes a few minutes. I always recommend like 20 minutes a day if you can. It's not very much time. You don't need to sit in the direct sunlight if you don't want to. Like today, it's really hot out, so I'm sitting underneath my friend. Thank you for the shade. In this case, shade is appropriate, right? We don't want to throw shade at people, but in this case, I appreciate the shade. And so, I don't know, any questions about that? I feel like that's the main vibe behind getting outside and spending time in nature and just kind of getting your energy to be neutral. And what's great about this is the more that you align your energy with the energy of the earth, which is spending time outside and spending time with your feet down on the ground, the more that you do that, what you're going to notice is if you're someone that has any trouble sleeping, what's going to happen for you is you will start to align with nature more. So what that means is the more time you spend outside, your sleeping cycles will start to align with earth. Okay? So when the moon rises, right, you will start feeling tired. So the moment that the sun's, like, I'm aligned with nature, okay? So the moment that the sun sets, I start yawning right away. That's about 8:30 p.m., okay? I start yawning right away. And then over the next hour, I'm pretty much ready for bed. And that's because I'm aligned with the cycles of nature. Now keep in mind, back in the days before lighting was invented, we only had candlelight. So when the sun went down, that was the quiet time. Everybody started prepping for bed. And then electricity came along and changed everything. So we're not as naturally aligned as we used to be many years ago before that was invented. So the more that you can get out of the overhead fluorescent lighting and be in natural light, spend more time outside with your feet down on the ground, the more you're going to find even your sleep cycle will improve. You'll sleep more deeply at night. You'll go to bed when the sun sets within an hour, maybe 90 minutes if that's pushing it. And then you'll naturally wake up when the sun starts to rise. And that's how you know you're aligned with nature. You won't even need an alarm. That will just happen naturally. So I hope you enjoyed this tip, and I enjoyed being live on Instagram today. And if you want help with your energy, I don't know if you knew this, but I teach the Akashic Records. So this is the space where your soul book is stored. And every time before this, I have launched the program for $2,000. And I just released it yesterday for $247. So if you want to learn how to read your own soul book and heal your own soul book, check out my course. I think the link is in my bio. If not, I will go and put it there right now. Or send me a PM and I'll send you the link. But I'm going to be teaching this course starting in a couple of weeks. So I hope you'll join us, and I will see you on the next one.